What if every person you have ever known, every stranger you've passed on the street, every historical figure you've read about, was actually you? What if every laugh, every tear, every single human experience across all of history was just a different chapter in your own story? This isn't a fantasy. It's a profound thought experiment, a question that probes the very nature of who we are. It proposes that behind the billions of faces, there is only one consciousness, one single observer, living every life, one by one. This concept, often called the one-electron universe of consciousness, suggests that the multiplicity we see is an illusion. We are not separate entities, but rather a single entity experiencing itself subjectively, from countless different perspectives, over and over again. So, let's explore this idea. What if you, and I, and everyone else, are all the same? If we are all one, then why do we feel so distinctly separate? The answer lies in our biology. Our brains are the biological hardware that creates the illusion of individuality. Each brain is a self-contained unit, physically isolated from every other. It builds a unique model of the world based on sensory input, and crucially, it constructs a personal narrative through memory. Your memories are yours alone. They form the bedrock of your identity, creating a continuous story of you from childhood to the present moment. This sense of self, this ego, is a powerful and necessary evolutionary tool. It ensures our physical survival. Without it, the boundaries between me and not me would dissolve, making it impossible to protect our individual bodies from harm. So, while consciousness might be a unified field, our brains act as filters, carving out a small, seemingly separate piece of it that we call I. Yet, despite this profound sense of separation, strange connections persist between us. Consider empathy. When you see someone in pain, you can almost feel it yourself. You wince when they fall. You feel a tightness in your chest when they cry. This isn't just imagination. It's a biological reality rooted in our neural architecture. Scientists have discovered mirror neurons in our brains. These are remarkable cells that fire not only when we perform an action, but also when we observe someone else performing that same action. They bridge the gap between you and me on a neurological level. When you see someone smile, your mirror neurons for smiling activate, creating a faint echo of that joy within your own mind. These shared emotional states, these moments of profound connection and collective experience, like the shared awe of a sunset or the unified grief of a tragedy, hint at a deeper underlying unity. They are glitches in the matrix of our individuality, reminding us that the walls between our minds are more porous than we think. This brings us to one of the most difficult questions. If we are all one, why does pain feel so real? Why do suffering and cruelty exist? The thought experiment offers a chillingly logical answer. Hurting another person is, in the most literal sense, hurting yourself. From the perspective of a single, universal consciousness, every act of violence is self-harm. Every act of cruelty is a wound inflicted upon its own being. The pain is real because, for the consciousness experiencing that specific life, it is the only reality that matters in that moment. The separation created by our brains makes the experience of suffering intensely personal and isolating. But in the grander scheme of this theory, every moment of pain is eventually experienced by the one observer. This reframes morality entirely. It's no longer about following abstract rules of right and wrong. Instead, kindness becomes an act of self-preservation. Compassion becomes the most logical response to a world where every other person is a future or past version of yourself. It is absolutely crucial to be clear. This idea of a single consciousness is a philosophical thought experiment, not a proven scientific fact. Currently, there is no way to test or verify it. Mainstream neuroscience and psychology operate on the principle that consciousness is an emergent property of the brain, meaning each brain generates its own unique conscious experience. The feeling of being you is thought to arise from the complex interplay of about 86 billion neurons firing in your skull. From this scientific viewpoint, consciousness is localized and personal, not universal. However, the one consciousness idea remains a powerful tool for thought. It pushes the boundaries of our understanding and forces us to question our most basic assumptions about reality and self. It exists in the realm of quantum physics interpretations and philosophical inquiry. A fascinating what-if that challenges the very foundation of our perceived separateness. Think of it not as a truth claim, but as a lens through which to view the world differently. So, what if we chose to live as if it were true? What would that mean for humanity? If every person is another iteration of you, then war becomes the ultimate act of self-destruction. Injustice becomes an injury you inflict upon yourself in another lifetime. The concepts of us versus them would dissolve. Borders, nationalities, and ideologies that divide us would be revealed as artificial constructs. Love would no longer be just an emotion felt for a select few, but a fundamental recognition of the self in another. Every stranger's success would be your success. Every person's suffering would be your burden to help alleviate. Your identity would expand beyond your name, your body, and your memories to encompass all of humanity. It would mean that every choice you make, every act of kindness or cruelty, echoes across the entire tapestry of human existence, because it's a choice you are ultimately making for yourself. If everyone is you, then every choice matters more than you can possibly imagine.